everybody. Coming to you from the ocean. Second time in 1 week being in the same place in Cocoa Beach, Florida. What are the odds that within 7 days I'm back in the exact same spot? It worked out that way. I took some home time just after my last trip here to Florida, and the very next trip that I got out of West Columbia, which is right near where I live in Lexington, was down here to Jacksonville. It was a 2-stop load. It was Publix load. 1 stop in the Publix in Jacksonville, and 1 stop at the last stop was Publix in Orlando. So that was all right. I got a little bit of detention time at the Jacksonville Publix, but the Orlando Publix was spot on. They had overnight parking. The notes and the Qualcomm for this particular stop said no overnight parking. They absolutely had overnight parking. They had an indoor bathroom, men and women. They had vending machines. You got a helicopter flying over right now. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'm on a GoPro, so it's kind of zoomed out, but yeah, so the Orlando Publix, excellent spot. They probably had 50 parking spots for trucks. Appointment was this morning at 6 a.m. I got there about 9 p.m. last night. I was able to do my 10-hour break. She actually called me this morning about 5 and said, hey, just want to make sure you're still on. I said, yeah. I said it at 6 a.m. She's like, yeah, but we can take you early. I was like, right on. So I drove over to the loading dock, or unloading dock, whatever you want to call it. Oh, fighting some waves here. How beautiful is this, by the way? I know some of y'all follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, but man, this is just some of the best vacation off time you can ask for. I'll put a link for my Instagram and my Facebook down in the notes or comment, whatever you call it. I'll put a link to the Instagram and Facebook down there, and you guys should follow me on there because I put a lot of cool stuff on there that doesn't always make it to videos. But yeah, just really cool place. I was here, I guess that was that Monday? Monday afternoon I was here. I don't know. I was here last week, and the pier right over there has got a really good seafood restaurant, obviously. Got some peel and eat shrimp the last time, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for lunch again today. I ended up getting out of the last drop-off location pretty early, so I'm gonna just enjoy the beach for today. I always try to take advantage of, you know, the locations that I get to, like in Phoenix, going to a baseball game or wherever, you know. So, you know, being that I'm in Florida, right next to a beautiful beach, I figured I'd take a couple hours for myself and just enjoy the beach. So I'm gonna head out. I'll be ready in the morning, about 9 a.m. Which is, a lot of y'all have been asking too, why I chose to be a lease operator. It's because stuff like this. As a company driver, you can't do that. You gotta go. And with a lease, you have to do the same thing to be profitable, but I can take 1 day off from work and enjoy, you know, opportunities like this, or just like going to the baseball game in Phoenix. Just the flexibility and the freedom on top of a lot more pay, but with that pay comes a lot more responsibility. You're responsible for all the maintenance and upkeep on the truck, anything outside of warranty, tire wear and tear, vehicle wear and tear at the end of your lease, fuel every week you're responsible for, tolls that you go through, just all kind of stuff. But in my opinion, the reward was worth the the difficulty or the extra hoops that you got to jump through for things like this, you know, being able to go to the beach on a Sunday afternoon in Florida. Because who knows where I'm going to be next. I could be in the Northeast again. Heaven forbid, I hate the Northeast. But I could be up there and it could be cold and rainy and bleh. But while I got the time, here I am. That's what I'm doing for today. That's a huge reason why I'm a lease operator. But yeah, I had a lot of good questions too. I'm probably had a lot of questions from y'all. I'll probably add on to this video just a list of all the questions. If I did a video for every topic that y'all asked about, that would be 50 million videos. So I'll probably go through, probably just say your name and then say what your question was and give you my answer on that. A lot of you wanted some more driving videos and stuff. Trying to be real careful with that. Don't want to get in any hot water about operating a camera or anything like that while I'm driving. I may run the GoPro on the windshield, because this kind of thing you can kind of set it and forget it. Here comes a big wave. I'll probably set the GoPro on the windshield, maybe a couple cool angles and stuff, but I can't do any, you know, specific type video and while I'm driving. So like I said, GoPro, you can set it and forget it and just let it record everything. So, and it'll do hyperlapse and stuff too. I know a lot of y'all had asked how I did the Virginia north to south, state line to state line in 36 seconds. And that was with my GoPro. It'll do a hyperlapse mode. So the last trip I was on going through the state of Virginia, I don't even think I posted that. That was just on Facebook. Another reason to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. But I set up a dash cam with my GoPro and did a drive through. I'm sorry, I'm trying to still keep an eye on my bag up on the beach, but I did a video from the top of Virginia to the bottom of Virginia as I was going from Buffalo down here to Florida the last time. That was a good one. There's some people surfing. I know they'll ride that one in. But so yeah, I did state line to state line, 36 seconds. It turned out to be a really cool video. A couple lane changes, some tunnels. Obviously at that high speed, you can kind of get the feel for how much faster cars are and other trucks are than a truck that's governed at 65. But hey, it gets you there in one piece and pretty decent fuel mileage too. I think I get between 9.5 and 10.5, depending on what the load is. 10.5 plus on an empty trailer or deadhead somewhere. But it's you know, it is what it is, but it makes it easy to calculate your time. Just, you know, however many miles times 6, you got a quick calculation there. So what else? I'm at the same truck stop. It's a pilot station just down from the Walmart distribution center that I delivered to the last time. Last time I had to buy a spot, reserve a parking spot. This time I ended up getting here at like 9 a.m. and it was still full. On a Sunday at 9 a.m. it was still full. But apparently, since this is so close to the beach, I guess a lot of people that live down here too park for the weekend, park for home time and stuff. So luckily I got a spot without having to reserve a spot and pay for it. So just glad about that. What else? I guess I'll let's see. Oh, my grill was the Coleman Grill from Walmart. A bunch of people asked about that. One hard thing about having a Peterbilt is having the small refrigerator. So a lot of y'all know that I have the cooler strapped to the back on my catwalk. Huge help. You can keep you know, sandwich meat, you know, condiments, mayo, mustard, ketchup and stuff in that cooler, and keep the refrigerator inside the truck for more delicate, more perishable stuff. Like food that I've cooked. A lot of times you'll see pictures or videos of food that I'm cooking, and the grill will be full, but I'll have that for 3-4 days worth of food. So that's one plus about having the refrigerator and the cooler combo. Yeah, if you get a Freightliner, you know, you can put a bigger refrigerator in there. I make do with what I got. I'm super happy in the Peterbilt, so it works for me. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, but it does for me. So what else? Somebody had asked just today about another reason why I'm picking Lease over company, and you get more freedom. You get, you know, choices on where you fill it with fuel, how much fuel you get. Again, the pay is a lot more. 72% of the value of the load, whatever you're carrying of the line haul. 72% as opposed to, I don't even know what company per mile is, 40, 50, 60 something cents a mile. But then again, no benefits, and you got to pay for your own fuel and maintenance, upkeep, stuff like that. So, but it's working out for me. See, I know I'm missing some stuff. I'm gonna have to make a addition to this video once I get back to the truck and can sit down and look at all the questions. But yeah, it's great. I'm couldn't be happier. It's beautiful here in Florida. Like I said, you got to take advantage of, you know, where you're at when you're there, if you got the opportunity to, because like I said, you never know where you're going to be, or you never know when you're going to be back. Actually thought about going to Disney today, but this was a little bit easier to do. The parking situation in Orlando is not great. Publix does have that parking available for you before you drop your load off, and after you drop your load off, they'll you know, give you 12 hours or so, 10 hours to do your sleep or whatever. But after that, they kind of want you to keep moving. They don't want to turn it into a truck stop. So, and I totally understand that, but parking around there is pretty limited. So it would have been about a 45-minute or so Uber ride if I would have gone to Disney. But this is great. Just past the end of the pier, way off in the distance is the Kennedy Space Center. They do a bunch of launches. Everybody knows that. So, but yeah, it's a great day. I'm loving it. So I'll add some more here in just a little bit, and we'll see you now. All right. Made it back to the truck. Had a really nice day at the beach. Another nice day at the beach. This was the second time in a week, which was pretty crazy. I was here on the 1st, and today is the 8th. So 8 days. I made it down to the same beach in Florida, so that's cool. Wanted to answer some of the questions that y'all had from my last video, and some questions that people emailed me. I figure if I did a video on every question, it'd be an ungodly number of videos that I'd have. So I'm gonna just try to go down the list and look at the comments from the last video and answer them that way. Hopefully that'll be a little easier to follow. Hopefully that'll specifically answer your question if you had one too. So first thing I wanted to say, a couple things that I have on the truck that have really come in handy for me. You don't have to buy them, but super, super handy. Start out with a headset, one ear open, you know, so you can still use it while you drive. Noise canceling microphone comes in really handy because these cabs can be kind of loud, especially on bumpy roads. you know, talking to family or whoever if you need to make a call while you're driving. Also, it's got a one-button push to where it'll activate Siri, or if you have a Android, it'll do the Google Assistant, whatever. Just hit the button, brings up Siri, and you can hands-free do just about anything on your phone. So super helpful to have. This is a Blue Parrot B350 XT. I don't remember how much it was, maybe 120 bucks or 130 bucks or something like that. Micro USB charge, really loud for one ear. I was surprised actually how loud it was, because inside the truck can get really loud. Like I said, especially going down, you know, bumpy roads or when the reefer's running. But super loud, one-touch control. Blue Parrot B350 XT. So super helpful, pretty much a must-have for any truck driver. Second must-have, gloves. These are a brand new pair of work gloves. I got these at Springfield Terminal. These are really great because they come in 2X. My big hands, got to have big gloves. These I hadn't started using yet because I've got a pair that I'm using right now. But as soon as those get too worn out or dirty, I'll put the brand new ones in. I've also got a set of gloves for fueling, and then I've got a set of gloves for applying load locks, opening and closing doors, sliding tandems, stuff like that. So especially, you know, if you have to touch any of the freight or anything in the back of the truck, you don't want your diesel gloves on the customer's product. So it's just something I do. You don't have to do that. A lot of people don't. It's personal preference. Just got two different sets. Let's see. Headlight. This is really, really handy, especially picking up, dropping trailers at night, especially in dark parking lots. This one's a black diamond. Somebody had asked about it too, and I don't know what model it is, but it's super helpful. It's got a floodlight, infrared, red light, and then a spotlight. Super handy. Keep your hands free at night. This one is not rechargeable. This one is 3 AAAs, but just incredibly handy to be able to have hands at night and see what you're doing. Speaking of seeing what you're doing, flashlight. This is super duper high power, whatever. Phoenix PD 36R. USB-C recharge. It's got like 5 settings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back off. No flash. If you want to flash, you got to, you know, do it with your thumb. A pressure switch on the cap. Yeah, Phoenix. I've had a bunch of these. We used Phoenix when I was a police officer in Columbia at the airport. So Phoenix is tried and true. PD 36R. PD 36R, if you're wanting to know. Somebody had asked about lights and stuff like that. So next thing, power brick charger. Super helpful. Truck has plenty of USB outlets, but just like today when I went to the beach, my phone had like 58–60% charge. I was gonna be there all day, wanted to make sure I had enough charge to get an Uber back to my truck. So always have this Tech Theory 5,000 milliamp power brick, micro USB charger and USB-A out. So, and they made it in USB-C out, but this one was cheaper, so. Staple remover. Sounds stupid, but every shipper, receiver, I don't know what they would do if they did not have a staple in every piece of paper. And for me to process the paperwork, I take out every staple and throw it in the trash. So staple remover comes in handy. And somebody emailed, got real specific, want to know pens, office supplies in general. So I use, this is a Uniball 207 Sino, S-I-G-N-O, I guess that's Sino, Signo, Sino, whatever. I've used these for a long time. These are great pens. They come in like a 2-pack, a 10-pack, a 20-pack. They write super smooth. That's the pen that I use. Also have a folder. This is a Ben Sherman portfolio. Paper on one side, pocket on the other side. Keep comm checks in here. Office Depot Notepad. I use this if I'm out of the truck and I need to send in my paperwork. I can do it all here. I can write a comm check. I can fill out my trip sheet, everything from here. And also, whenever I'm pulling up to a shipper, I put the documents in here, my bills, put them in the visor. When I get to the receiver, they're nice and clean. They hadn't fallen on the ground. They hadn't, you know, got dirty or whatever. So that's what I use for that. Oh, okay, let's see. Get to questions. These are questions from emails and questions from last YouTube video. Can you make a video on Lease and how much it costs? I go to pre next month. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. Go to pre next month. Turn 21. Chris, and I think actually I messaged you back on this one. Driver lineup. Go check out driver lineup. He does super in-depth settlement breakdowns, pro con, pay, prime, lease, company driver, all that kind of stuff. Driver lineup. He's on it. Go look at his videos, see what he's got to say. He's gonna be way more accurate and way more in depth than I could ever be. So driver lineup for all the cost, money, price, whatever questions. Driver lineup, check him out. I'll put everything that I've got here. I'll put down in the description too. Let's see. Go back. Road footage. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Like I said a minute ago, I want to make sure I'm not breaking any laws or doing anything unsafe. So all of what you're going to see is probably going to be GoPro mounted to the windshield or mounted to one of the side windows. Don't want to get in trouble. Don't want to. Definitely don't want to lose the opportunity to drive here. So everything I'm gonna do is gonna be hands-free. Like I said, I'll mount a GoPro on the windshield or on one of the side windows. Just kind of set it and forget it, let it go, and roll on from there. But we can definitely do that. Mr. Goose, actually I replied to you today too. You sent me a message, said you want to know what a day in the life of a prime trucker. We can do that. I can do a full day. That's cool. What made you choose Lease over company? Obviously, you know, the pay is more, but like I told you in the comments, with more pay comes more responsibility. You're gonna have to pay for maintenance. You're gonna have to pay for upkeep. You're gonna have to pay for preventative maintenance, oil changes, tire change, stuff like that stuff too. But the pay is a lot better. What you love about being a prime driver or just a trucker overall? Any dislikes of being over the road so far that you've encountered? Prime has treated me really well. They have fantastic facilities. I've done a couple videos from Springfield, Pittston. I don't think I've done anything from Salt Lake City. I've been there a few times, but just the facilities are top notch. They treat drivers really well. You know, you pass some other terminals of other trucking companies, and they're, you know, a warehouse with a line of trucks sitting outside. These guys at Prime are just, they're on it. They got, if you've seen the inbound, outbound lanes going into Springfield, you know, that's, I don't even know, it's 13, 14 bays wide. The amenities that they have, the movie theater, the basketball court, gym, they got a barber there. You can get your hair done, a spa. It's just, they treat their drivers really well, and they spend a lot of money doing it. So, also, Prime has a really good reputation with, in the trucking community, I should say. DOT in Missouri has a good relationship. The Highway Patrol, DOT, everybody has a good relationship with our safety team. We just have a really good reputation overall. You hear some other companies that, you know, people joke and make fun of or whatever, but knock on wood, Prime's not one of those most of the time. So proud to work for a company that's well respected. Let's see what else. Any dislikes of being over the road? Dislikes. Obviously, everybody would love to be home a lot more. I go home probably twice a month. Maybe every 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I try to get home. That's, again, something that I wouldn't be able to do as a company driver. Company drivers, I think, are 1 day off every week driven or something like that. So, and just like being at the beach today, that's something else I wouldn't be able to do as a company driver. But you know, you take time off, and that's time you're not driving, so you lose a little revenue. But things have been really good lately. I don't want to take it for granted, but I felt like I had some time to kill with that. So truck stops, fuel stops. A lot of people I've talked to kind of agree with me. Some people don't. A lot of people, you know, chase pennies and stuff. The only truck stop I'll get fuel at is Love's. You can laugh, make fun, whatever you want, but Love's is number one. They appreciate your business. Number two, they're clean. Number three, they give you 4 times points on every gallon bought. They give you free refills in the refillable mugs, cups. It can be hot or cold refill, coffee or fountain drink. They give you unlimited free showers. Those 3 things don't have anything to do with Prime. I guess they do have to do with Prime. That's a gift given to us by Love's for being a truck driver at Prime. That's not something Prime pays extra for. That's them trying to earn our business, and they've earned mine over the last however long, I guess 6 months I've been on my own now. So yeah, they're pretty high up there in my book. So again, they may not be the cheapest, but they're definitely the cleanest, and I think they said the average price difference nationwide was 6 cents from the Flying J, who our contract is with now. So 6 cents average. I know it can be higher or lower, but on 200 gallons is, I think I figured it was like 12 bucks. 12 bucks is worth spending on average to get to a Love's. Somebody that's going to appreciate you, it's going to have a clean place, it's going to have free showers for you. Just that's my opinion. Some people like it, some people don't, but How are you liking your mattress? Love the mattress. It is fantastic. I wish I'd have bought it earlier. I wasn't sure if I was gonna finish this lease or order a new truck when I upgraded. I'm gonna finish this lease out on this truck though. That mattress is phenomenal. I've got my old mattress underneath it on the bottom, so it's extra cushion, I guess you could say. Love it. It's expensive, but as a lease operator, it's a tax write-off. So it's a great mattress. I highly recommend it. The mattress that came in the truck, I think, is like 3.5, 4 inches or something like that. This one's 12. The material is top notch, super comfortable. Couldn't be happier. Miles you average a day. So when it comes to miles a day, I don't really know how to answer. If I get a short trip, I'll try to knock out most of the trip in that first day. Either check in the night before at the receiver or park really close, as long as my hours work out to where I'll be able to move again. You got to keep in mind, you can only stop that 14-hour clock once. If you don't move, if you go off duty or sleeper berth for at least 2 hours, that 14-hour clock will stop, but it only does it one time. So that's something you got to keep in mind. On long runs, which I prefer long runs, you can kind of get in a groove when you run 2, 3, 4 days in a row. I like to try to run about 9 hours. Anything over that and you run out of your 70-hour clock before the end of the week's up, and then you're gonna have to do a 34 reset, and it's just a whole thing. So I try to stay around 9 a day. Anything less than that, you don't get, obviously, a good recap on the next week, 7 days from the day that you drive. So in a nutshell, without going into what clocks are like for people that don't know what I'm talking about, you have 4 clocks. You have a 8-hour rest break clock. You have a 11-hour drive clock. You have a 14-hour on-duty clock and a 70-hour on-duty weekly clock, I guess. And then, so like today is Sunday, so next Sunday I'll get back the hours that I drove today on duty. I'm not good at explaining it, but for those that don't understand, that's what it is. You get back 1 week from the day that you drove. You get those hours back that day the next week. So again, anything less than 9, you don't really get a good recap, and then anything over 9, you tend to run out of your 70-hour clock for the week before the week is over. Let's see. Miles per gallon average. A lot of people, I don't say a lot of people, some people say that the dash doesn't give you accurate miles per gallon. I've never had a problem with it. Every time a car has had miles per gallon on the dash, it's matched. Like my truck at home, the miles per gallon average is the same as when I do it out on paper. So this truck, heavy load, flat land, between 9 and 10, light load, flat land, 10.5, maybe a little more. Of course, when you get to the mountains, you start getting worse and worse miles per gallon, and you start losing a lot of time. You don't think about it, but the slow climb up hills and stuff is really rough on your time. So if you think it's going to take you 4 hours to get somewhere, but it's a lot of mountains, it's probably going to take you 5.5. So yeah, so anywhere between, you know, I've never had anything below 8.5. So 8.5 on the heavy hillside to 10.5-ish, 10.5 plus on light or empty trailer, flatland. Lease decision update. Still happy. I'm not sure what that part is. Lease decision update. I've been leased since I started, since I upgraded. Wouldn't have it any other way. It's right for me. It's not right for everybody. Again, driver lineup can give you the ins and outs of the pay breakdown and stuff like that, but it's the right choice for me. So, any breakdowns? The only thing that I haven't had any breakdowns. I had a brain fart, and I don't know how it happened. And I don't think I said anything about this in my videos either. I guess it was a month and a half ago. I was in Tennessee, and I'd driven 650 miles or so. I mean, a full day in Tennessee. I pulled over in a Love's, got out, you know, stretched my legs, you know, everything's cool. I looked over the truck, you know, I didn't do a full, you know, inspection, popping the hood and everything, but I walked around, you know, the hood latches were still latched, the deer guard's still in place, nothing's crazy. Well, the next morning I get out and do my vehicle inspection. I pop the hood and the coolant reservoir cap is gone, just missing it. And mind you, I'd driven 650 whatever miles the day before. So I'm thinking, I was like, when is the last time I added coolant? And it was like 2 weeks before that. The coolant level was right at where it was supposed to be for the cold fill line. And so I'm like, well, if I'd been driving with it missing, it would have sloshed out. And come to find out, these motors create more pressure than the Freightliners, do. I think it's like 28 or 30 something PSI. So the guy at the shop was like, yeah, if you'd have been driving without it, it would have blown all the coolant out and you wouldn't have had any pressure. So long story short, that was on a Friday night, woke up Saturday morning to drive. Wasn't gonna happen. I started the truck just to see what would happen. Immediately got the coolant pressure light, got the coolant level light, because from the vibrating, it spit out the coolant and stuff. So ended up having to get repowered on that one. The shop there was closed. They didn't open till like 8 or so that Saturday morning. Went in there, talked to the guy. The guy was super helpful. His name's Jeff. I don't remember what Love's it was. It was in Tennessee somewhere. Guy was super helpful. He's like, no, I don't have one. He only carries Freightliner parts. Apparently that's a common thing, is most truck stops, if they carry parts at all, it's just gonna be Freightliner stuff, which is, okay, par for the course, I get it. They're, you know, more popular, okay. So I was like, well, who else would have one? He told me like 4 or 5 different places to call. Nobody had one. Again, it's Saturday morning. A couple places are closed. Called the Peterbilt place. They don't have one. I was like, oh boy. And it was like 60 miles away. He ended up calling Kenworth dealership that was like an hour and a half away from him. They said they had one. I said, I'll take it. He got back. It was like a $58 part for that cap, which seems expensive, but I had to wait until Monday morning to get that cap because everybody was closed, especially dealerships closed on the weekends. So I had to wait till Monday morning, from Saturday morning till Monday morning. I got a 34-hour reset out of it, but 36, whatever it is, out of it. But yeah, so that's the only issue that I've had. That wasn't the truck's fault. I'm guessing it was my fault for not putting it back on tight. But again, I don't know how I drove 650 miles without that cap. He went and got the cap. You know, they've got the Love's has the yellow trucks, you know, run errands and stuff. So it was a $58-something part, and it was a $40-something service charge. It was like 60-something cents a mile for his shop guy to go pick it up. So I was like, yeah, I can't drive to go get it. So needless to say, that's the only issue, knock on wood, that's the only issue that I've had. And I'm 99.99% sure that it was my fault, that I didn't tighten it the last time I filled it, or I don't know. But I looked in the engine compartment, I took the flashlight, I was down on my hands and knees looking underneath, making sure it didn't rattle off and fall down somewhere. Anyway, no, that's the only maintenance. It's 27 minutes, good grief. Road footage, truck stops footage, fueling, restaurants, trucks, store, etc. Skeletor, can do. I'll do that for sure. Road footage. Let me know too. Do y'all like the just dash cam footage, or do you like when it's sped up and you can see like the hyperlapse of all that? Let me know which one you prefer, because the GoPro will do both. Matter of fact, that's how I did the, like I told you, the Virginia state line to state line in 36 seconds was on the GoPro, which is cool. But yeah, I can definitely do truck stop footage, restaurants, stuff like that. What are your expenses like now that you're leasing versus company driver? Don't know, because I've never been a company driver. I pay for fuel. I pay a truck payment every week. I put money into a tire fund every week. There's certain built-in costs that you got to pay every week that company drivers don't have to pay. So I'm not sure, but yeah, I've always been lease. Ins and outs of the reefer troubleshooting. That's actually, William, that is actually a good question, because that happens a good bit. Prime actually just put out their own video of troubleshooting, of how to set the IntelliSet, how to set temperatures, how to do defrost, how to do pre-trips and stuff. I will put a link to their video in the description, because they actually have a road assist guy going through showing you all the buttons and stuff. So I'll put a link to that. How I deal with the noise when I'm sleeping, buddy, it ain't hard for me to sleep. I can sleep like a baby with that reefer right behind me. The reefer and the APU can be running. It doesn't bother me. It's just me. It kind of almost vibrates the truck a little bit to where it kind of lulls you into sleep. So that, I don't know, it might help me, I don't know. But yeah, it's not a problem for me. It may be a problem for other people, but it's really not for me. Let's see, have you had any surprises as a lease operator so far? Surprises. I don't think I've had any surprises. When I first started, there were a few times, and this is a lesson that I learned, I'll tell you this. Sales had scheduled me for a specific time, either to pick up or to drop off at a shipper or receiver. And come to find out, the place didn't even open at that time. My appointment is not until X hours or whatever. Every time I get a load, usually the day before I get to the delivery, I'm calling them and I'm saying, hey, I'm confirming this delivery for this time, before you start your clock. If you start your clock and they say, oh no, it's not for another 12 hours or whatever, well, you've wasted a whole day, because you can only stop it one time. If you've already stopped your clock once, you're out of luck. But those sales did, I think that probably happened 3 times, where they'd say, you know, you deliver at 3 a.m. and they're like, well, we don't even open until 7. So Anyway, lesson learned. I always call pickups and I call for deliveries. Don't think you're bugging them, because everybody else does it too. In our Qualcomm, we get the notes for each shipper and receiver. I can get their phone number, get, you know, turn-by-turn directions to them and stuff like that, and any other notes that I need to know about that particular place. Can you do a video explaining solo lease experience? So that's all I've done is solo lease. I know a lot of people do teams. Try to decide if you want to go company or lease. I was leaning towards company, but I really want one of those Peterbilts. Peterbilt's great, and they don't give them to company drivers. Maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. Take it for whatever it is. But I know for a fact, sorry, I'm getting notifications. I know for a fact when it comes to fueling, you have to go to where they tell you to get fuel. You have to get exactly how much fuel they tell you to get, which it works out better because, you know, with the macros that tell you how much fuel to get where, it's point to point to point. But with Lease, you have a little more freedom on where you stop and how much you get and stuff like that. Also, I hate to keep saying it and not talk about it, but the pay is a lot better. Let's see, and the Peterbilt, man, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'd like to know how long you stay out, where you do resets, and what you do during that time. Do you prefer night or day running? Reasons why. Cheers, stay safe. Thank you, Paul. How long do I stay out? Usually, like I said, I go home twice a month. On average, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I'll try to get back to South Carolina. Where you do your resets? Do a reset wherever I have to. Sorry, guys. I do a reset wherever I have to. If I run out of hours in the middle of nowhere, I'm in the middle of nowhere. So, again, cool thing is when you do them on the road, try to make it a cool place. That way you can kind of enjoy the area. Oh, man. What you do during that time. Okay, so your reset time. So one reset down in Phoenix, I went to Arizona Diamondback baseball game. Super cool. Happened to work out. They had a home game. The lot where I was parked was 20 minutes away. I got an Uber downtown, and it all worked out. So stuff like that, stuff like this. If I was here for, you know, a reset, that'd be great. I'd stay at the beach, but got to get back to work in the morning. Day or night? Oh man, I like both. They both have their pros and cons. If you drive during the daytime, you can kind of run into a problem of finding a parking spot at night. If you drive at night, there's less traffic out on the road, and it's easier to find a parking spot to sleep during the day. I don't have a preference. I really don't. Just depends on where the load's going, what kind of cycle I've been sleeping on for the past couple of days. It's hard to go from one to the other, flip-flop back and forth, but it is what it is. I'd like to see some driving videos with your GoPro on your hat and do some commentary as you drive down the road. I think it'd be cool also to see some backing videos as well, along with truck stop footage, fueling, and would like to see dropping hooks. Okay, so I did a fueling video. I'll put a link to that below. Fueling my truck, I did that like 3 weeks ago or so. GoPro on my hat, I don't know. Again, I don't want to get in trouble. There's a lot of eyes out there watching what you're doing, and I need to make sure I'm doing the right thing, not getting in trouble, not doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing. So it's probably going to be GoPro on the windshield. Backing videos could definitely do that. Matter of fact, the spot that I'm in right now, was a pretty tough spot to get into because straight across from me is a oversized load. This spot was the only available spot when I got here, and for good reason, because he's sticking out 7 feet past the front of the other trucks. And when you back in, you know, you have to pass the spot, pull out, and then try to back in. When I was trying to swing my nose around, my nose is wanting to hit the front of his truck. So I'm, you know, backing up, pulling up, backing up, pulling up, just Austin Powers back and forth, trying to get the truck lined up straight enough to get straight back in the spot. So hopefully he'll be gone by the time I need to get out of here in the morning. Drop and hook, easy enough. I can show you those. Those are real easy, and it's nice when you get one of those because you don't have to hang around. Backing videos with your camera on the ground somewhere out in front of you. I would like to see how you back, since that's what gives most people trouble. I'm coming to Prime at some point. Nice. Is it better than you thought before you came there? Is it fun being out there over the road by yourself? So yeah, didn't know what to expect. I knew to expect a lot of solitude, being alone and stuff, which I prefer. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm not looking to do any training or anything. I like being alone. If I want to turn the radio full blast, I can do that. If I you know, if I want to just sit and listen to the hum of the tires on the pavement, I can do that too. I can stop when I want to. I can keep driving when I want to. I don't have to think about anybody else. If I want to sing the Greatest Showman soundtrack out loud and not have to worry about somebody making fun of me or sleeping in the back or anything. I just I like being alone. That's just part of me. I like people. I don't have a problem being with people, but and Marlou was great. We both got along really good during our training. Matter of fact, today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Marlou. But yeah, so we got along great, but man, I'm telling you, once you get out by yourself, it's just it's really nice to just, you know, this is mine. I can do whatever I want, you know, I can sing as loud as I want to. I can stop, I can keep driving, whatever. You get all the control, and I do like that part of it. Thank you for putting your videos out. Your channel is so upbeat, truly a blessing to watch. Thank you, KC. Love to see a video of sunrises and sunsets. Janice, thank you for the comment. Actually, when I went down to Aguila, Arizona, I did on my Instagram a Mexican sunrise because I was right near the border. I actually got a video of the sunrise over Mexico. I think I was just off the Interstate 10, which is kind of cool. So another reason, follow my Instagram and my Facebook. I'll put those, put a link for those also. Everyday life on the road. Yeah, somebody else had mentioned that, so I'll do like a day in the life kind of thing. People you meet, ham radio, CB radio. So I just have a CB, but yeah, I can definitely talk about that. I think I talked about that a little bit before. Having the guy adjust my antenna, tune the radio, and all that stuff. It's good to have. I don't use it a ton. I'll keep it on when I'm driving and stuff, but it comes in handy with wrecks and stuff, especially. Miles traveled, info about your truck, what you're hauling. I like your videos and would like for you to do at least one every week, maybe two. Nice. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I can definitely. My truck's kind of a mess right now, but once I get it cleaned up, I'll probably do a truck tour. I don't think I've done one of those yet, so just kind of show you how I've got it set up for me and what works for me. Road footage with location, scenery, and location. Visited towns and commentary. Yeah, so McCram's one. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. When I went to Omaha, that's what I did. When I went to, where else did I go? I've been to a couple cities and stuff and done some like walking down the street kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely can do that. As a larger dude myself, I was curious how the Prime Physical went and ways you stay healthy on the road. So it's tough, for sure. I've lost 20 pounds since I've started. I guess that's been 6 months. You're obviously driving for a lot of the day, but I can definitely say that, you know, just getting out, walking at truck stops, not just driving, sleeping. Also, you know, watching what you're eating. Stupid to hear people say that, but seriously, I usually only eat like once a day, maybe twice a day, just because sitting behind a steering wheel, you don't want to eat and you're not really hungry. So usually once I stop, I'll have a good meal. Oh, the Prime Physical. So there wasn't a Prime Physical per se for reefer. The only physical you do is for your DOT physical to get your CDL, and they just have you like they make you do a duck walk, like kind of squat and waddle, blood pressure, eye test. What else was on that? It was just like a checkup, kind of, just to make sure. I think they do. I don't know. No, they didn't do blood work. Anyway, very basic. But for flatbed and tanker, I know they have a boot camp to go to. Flatbed, I think you got to like be able to pick up the tarps over your shoulder, climb on the back of the flatbed trailer, and then tanker, you just got to be able to like make the connections with the hoses and fittings and stuff like that. Joseph said how you cook, what kind of food you buy over the road, where to do laundry, amount of clothes to take over the road, how to manage time, on-duty drive breaks, reset, where to park if you need groceries, truck stops versus rest areas, driving night versus day, where do you park the truck if you don't live close to a terminal. Joseph, excellent. How to cook. So obviously my grill, use that a ton, as much as I can keep fresh in the refrigerator for, you know, whatever period of time. Also, I've started doing tuna and crackers. So I'll pop like 2 cans of tuna, a little bit of mayo, a little bit of mustard, and some Frank's Red Hot and salt and pepper, and eat that with saltine crackers. And of course, that's something that's, you know, non-perishable, that you don't have to worry about refrigerating. You just keep, you know, cans of tuna and packs of crackers and stuff. That's I'd say that's kind of my go-to. I don't want to say it's got to be a special occasion to get the grill out and cook, but it's not always feasible if it's raining or you're tight on time or whatever. What kind of food to buy? So I buy chicken, but I buy, since the grill is small, I buy their tender, like the chicken tenders, but they're obviously raw chicken breast tenders. I think that's what they're called. So they're smaller, but they fit on the grill better. I buy the thin cut pork chops. Those do really well. And then any kind of, you know, steak, you can get red meat. Excuse me, you can get red meat and put, you know, Dale's on it or whatever, and it'll taste good. So just think about, you know, the size of whatever kind of food you're getting, and like I said, you can cook it and keep it for, you know, 2, 3, 4 days, whatever, in the refrigerator. Where to do laundry? So I either only do laundry at home or at the terminal. I don't use truck stop laundry. Just don't trust it. I bring enough clothes. I have probably 1 million of these gray pocket t-shirts, gray, black, blue, orange, white, just whatever. These t-shirts with a pocket, I love them. And then Russell gym shorts, it's kind of my go-to. Underwear and socks, just bring more than you think. I mean, I don't know how many I've got, but I've probably got 15 or so t-shirts, probably 15 shorts, and probably twice that of socks and underwear. I have 3 pair of tennis shoes, 1 pair of work boots. I got tennis shoes for like truck stop to hop out and fuel. I got tennis shoes to wear like if I go out in a city or a town to hang out or something. And then the work boots, obviously when it gets cold and starts to snow and stuff, those will come in handy. But I've got a couple collared shirts, like polo type shirts, and some blue jeans, just in case I decide to get fancy. You know, a light jacket, a heavy jacket, a rain jacket. I already talked about gloves. How to manage time. Stick to 9 hours and you should be good. I hate to boil it down to that, but that's kind of it. Where to park if you need groceries. Kind of plan ahead of where you're going to be, when you're going to be. Northeast hates truck drivers. 99.9% of all the Walmarts don't let you park there. They'll have the 10-foot clearance or whatever in front of every entrance. Try to go in the Midwest or in the South or somewhere where you can park at a Walmart and get inside and get what you need. Walmarts are great, especially the ones that let you park there. So, truck stop versus rest area. They both have a purpose. Rest area is good for a quick. You're in a time crunch and you can just pull off the interstate, park, pull back on the interstate, and go. Truck stop if you need fuel, if you need a scale, if you need whatever, food, drink, anything, bathroom, shower. Rest areas are good. I'd say it's probably 50-50 of the rest areas that have bathrooms and that don't have bathrooms. Like a lot of them just pull off the interstate, parking only. Like I said, those I've used those a lot, so those have a purpose. You don't always have to park at a truck stop, but it's kind of nice too. So driving night versus day, again, I don't have a preference. It just comes down to if you drive at night, you're gonna have an easy time finding a parking spot, and you're not gonna have as much traffic generally. If you drive in the daytime, obviously that's when most places are open and when you're going to be scheduled to deliver or pick up. Where do you park the truck if you don't live close to a terminal? Yeah, so that's a great question. All drivers take their trucks home when you take home time, but you got to have somewhere to park it. Luckily for me, there's a Love's truck stop 3 miles from my house, so I park there and get my folks to come pick me up whenever I park for the day, park for the weekend, whatever it is. I haven't dealt with it just because there's the Love's beside my house, but I've heard people say that you can talk to some of our shippers and receivers, and your fleet manager can work out a deal with them just for a few days or whatever, just to get you some home time, whatever. I haven't had an issue, so always. And that's another thing, whenever I get a load going home, I always try to make sure it delivers early. That way I can still travel home and get a parking spot. I don't want to deliver at 6 p.m. wherever and then have an hour, 2-hour drive home and then get to Love's and there's no parking. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Is that it? Did I just answer everybody's questions? Wow. Nice. Cool. As I'm, you know, looking back over, let's see, fueling my truck. Yeah, I did that a month ago. That was, you know, pretty popular video. So if you want to see some more about that, check that one out from a month ago. But yeah, again, super happy, super glad. This is 53 minutes this has been going on for this video clip. The one before, I'm sure, is longer, like 13 minutes or something. Good grief. Long video. Sorry guys, I want to answer everybody's questions. I'll definitely do a truck tour. Definitely get, obviously y'all want some road footage again, send me a message, send me an email. I'll put my email and all that stuff down in the description. You like the regular speed, just driving down the interstate with music, or do you like the hyperlapse, the fast speed video? Yeah, I guess that was kind of a loaded thing when I said ask a question, and I'd do a video on it because I didn't realize how many questions there would be. So yeah, Instagram, Facebook, hit me up on both of those, and I'll probably start doing some questions in like the Instagram stories and stuff like that too. But you can see a lot of the cool stuff that I get pictures of over the road that don't always make it to a video. So before I end it, I'm trying to make sure that I have talked about everything. Oh, I will tell you, you know, I don't talk about money. I will tell you, when I was in Omaha, I won $350 at that casino on slot machines. So, raise the roof. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm so sorry that it's incredibly long. I hope it was insightful for you. I'll try to put some B-roll video in there so it's not just me talking the whole time. Anyway, I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you.